Hello, welcome to Gems from John, part 12, reading from the beginning of chapter 12. 6 days before the Passover, Jesus came to Bethany, where Lazarus lived, whom Jesus had raised from the dead. Here a dinner was given in Jesus' honour. Martha served, while Lazarus was among those reclining at the table with him. Then Mary took about half a litre of pure nard, an expensive perfume. She poured it on Jesus' feet and wiped his feet with her hair. And the house was filled with the fragrance of the perfume. The greatest truths are hidden in plain sight. This is one of 7 amazing encounters that Jesus had with women. Encounters that are filled with love, tenderness, kindness, intimacy and compassion. 7 times this happens in the Gospel of John with women. You say to me, that's very nice, Jesus being nice to the ladies. But it's so much more than that. That's why it's really important when we read the Gospels, we really pray and meditate and concentrate and dig deep into what is going on in the Gospels. Use your imagination. Research what was going on in that time. Let me tell you now that to be a woman in the time of Jesus was a nightmare. The religious leaders said, it is better to burn the scriptures than to teach them to a woman. Jewish men would pray a prayer of thanks, and in it would be, I thank you, God, I'm not a Gentile dog or a woman. The Talmud said, a woman is a pitcher full of filth, with its mouth full of blood, yet all run after her. When Jesus breaks into humanity and its history, he deals with women in a totally revolutionary and radical way. This negativity I've just shared with you is how women were made to feel at the time of Jesus. They had no political voice, they had no social voice, and they had no religious voice. They were one up from cattle. Jesus breaks into this scene and turns the whole thing upside down. He brings women into the sphere of his ministry and his teaching. He embraces them. He encourages them. And he shares some of the greatest truths of who he is solely with them. And in his times of greatest need, when men have deserted him, the women are there, supporting him, encouraging him, and blessing him. What does this mean to us today? I've got 2 challenges for you. For the ladies, I have a challenge for you. You know, we live in a world that projects what we as human beings are meant to be like. And for women especially, there's a great deal of pressure on how you should be, how you should look, how you should perform. When we come into a relationship with Jesus, Jesus puts to death all the pressure of the world. That's what's supposed to happen when we live a crucified life. All that rubbish from the world is meant to die, so that you can have a real, vibrant, living relationship with Jesus. The same Jesus that brought these women into fullness and into their full destiny is the same Jesus that lives with you and in you. And that's his heart and desire for you to become women of God, women of power, women of purpose, women who will be remembered, and women who will come into all that Jesus died and rose again and ascended to give them. And I encourage you to deepen your relationship with him at this time. Because to love him is to know him. To know him is to love him. And those two things mean that you will become like him. And for us men, the answer is simple. Do we see women the way Jesus saw women? Do we treat women the way Jesus treated women? And do we love women the way he loved them? God bless.